that voice right there belongs to Amba Tremain. Incredible talent. Currently at number 1 on the local music chart. So chuffed she's with me here this morning. Morning, Amber.
Morning.
How are we?
I'm good. It feels good hearing that like that as well.
Yeah,
cool.
we were just swooning. We were just swooning over that music, to be honest. It's so nice to have you in. Not had you on breakfast before.
No, it's early. I like it.
Yeah, it's very early, but it's a treat, right?
It's a treat to be with you.
Oh,
that getting up
Stop
early
it.
is not that much of a treat, but getting up early to see Nicola Lashley is
oh wow.
good.
Well, you heard it here. You heard it here first. I feel the exact same, to be honest. I was expecting you to set up with bodyguards. I was, just like be escorted in the building. No photos.
Well, actually, they're on standby. They're outside.
Yeah,
It's
they're
fine,
outside. I got you. So yeah, it's been. We chatted before I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, a couple of months probably.
Yeah.
How's Amba Tremain been since then?
Well, busy, which is great because it feels like I know it's a new year, but it feels like a new time.
Yeah.
Which is great because we've had such a terrible time. And last year it felt like we were clinging onto everything and trying to get the work where we could and the gigs and everything. This year it feels like it's full steam ahead, and for me it definitely is. I've got so many gigs in the pipeline, some big things that I announced even last night, and I wanted to make a few changes. I started putting plans in place last year to pull back from certain things to fill it with other things. So this year, for me, the focus is on my original music and just bringing music to the forefront of everything I do.
Yeah, absolutely. You spoke about some exciting things in the pipeline. We'll be covering that in just a sec because it is very exciting. And it's amazing to hear you're busy as well because you deserve to be. You deserve to be booked up every single night of the year. I want to start by talking about this event that we've got going on Friday. Yeah. It is looking awesome. Breakthrough. Tell us about it.
Well. This is a baby that was born between a few friends of mine. We were having a chat. Lovely Sam, who you're going to be speaking to soon, and Danny, who is actually doing our launch night this Friday. Basically, in a nutshell, there's a lot of music in Portsmouth, and the Portsmouth music scene is amazing. But what I felt I needed and some of my friends needed was like an event that you kind of take your original music to the next level. So it's like a showcase night, like they do in Brighton and London and even Southampton, places like the Joiners and stuff like that. They have these amazing acts that come down and they want to play and showcase their original material. Here in Portsmouth, we've got loads of open mic opportunities, and we also have amazing stages and venues for those big cover bands and, kind of more themed nights, but there just wasn't somewhere I felt like, top quality original acts could come and bring their bands and showcase and do a merch stand and that kind of stuff. And I just felt like there was a gap for it. So we had a chat and we said, why isn't there one of these? And then I just went, I know what I'll do. I'll create one. Yeah. We'll see how we go. But, the Ross at the Jolly Sailor has given me the venue. He said, have it for a year.
Wow.
So, yeah, literally, and we'll see how we go. I've got an amazing sound engineer, Steve, who said, I'm coming. So he's doing that. And my lovely drummer, Colin, he's going to be providing a drum kit. So everything is going to be, kind of supplied. All they need to do is bring their music and bring their friends and come down and entertain. So that is what we're doing. I am highlighting and showcasing original music at its next level.
Yes, that's amazing. So it's this Friday at the Jolly Sailor at the Lower Deck, right?
Lower Deck Bar at the Jolly Sailor, yeah.
Lovely. It kicks off at 7. I like that you mentioned about how good the local music scene is in Portsmouth, because I know we talk about it all the time here on Express. I feel like people actually underestimate how good it is. We were at Icebreaker last weekend. Yeah. We're talking like next level music, like you said.
I am always forever blown away by the musicianship and the songwriting and the calibre of kind of and like the prolificness of the gigs that go on in Portsmouth. You can go anywhere and you can find music, which I think is amazing. So yeah, we are spoiled for choice, but also Icebreaker was just absolutely crazy because everywhere you went, I didn't actually get to leave the wine vaults basically because I played there twice, right? Yeah, so you think, and it was easier for me to stay in one place because we had equipment and we had stuff to do, and it was important for me to stay focused in there. But for one venue, I was entertained to within an inch of my life by both stages, and I know that there were amazing people that I didn't get to see at the Wedge and the Fox and the Wild Dog and everything. There's just so much to offer, and sometimes I feel like we don't get to see enough of the original stuff. I am very, very much part of the cover scene as well. I love being in my bands. We go out and that's my job. I entertain people with other people's music, and that's absolutely fine. But my heart and my passion is in original music, and I just feel like we needed to give more opportunity for that.
I think it's interesting you say that too, because like from people that I've spoken to, whether they be like local musicians, so for example like Sam Pack from Byfleet, or we're talking like maybe beyond people who do like cover gigs and stuff like that, you are known for being the nurturer and supporter within that local music scene. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I feel like, well, naturally, I think because of UVG and stuff like that, and the group, and you don't just run a choir for young people and then that's it. You see them grow and you see them develop. And what we have done with UVG is we have given a platform to people, especially young people, and then you see them grow up, and then you see them go out and gig, and then you see them, release their singles and their EPs and go to uni, and then suddenly. And
also they perform with you as well. A couple of them are like fixtures with you now.
Yeah. Even I've provided backing vocals and keyboards for them, and it's been really lovely. So I think I naturally take on that nurturing role, but that's only because I'm super passionate about it, But it's nice to know that people they do feel like that as well,
And they absolutely do. It's your name will always be mentioned within the context of local music whenever anyone's talking. Aww. Especially if people are kind of coming. Yeah, it's amazing. Like that's such a compliment. The fact that people who maybe wanted to start out, one of the first people they'll look to is you for support, and also just to kind of watch.
I hope that never stops, because I have all the time in the world for that, basically.
Yeah, amazing. So Breakthrough this Friday.
Yeah.
Who's going to be there?
We've got, on the launch night, we've got the lovely Danny Uziel, who is one of the people who I was talking to about all this in the first place.
Yeah.
She's kicking off and she is amazing. And then I've got the fabulous Marley Blandford, who is just, he is Mr. Portsmouth. He can turn his hand to anything, and he's just great. And he's a really good friend of mine. And then we're finishing with the absolutely amazing Hannah Ream. Now, Hannah Ream has not long been on the scene, but she's come very quickly, and she's full force in there, but she's bringing her full band, so this is a big opportunity for her, a big full band gig. And all three of them are local. Yeah. So we wanted to keep the first one like a nod to Portsmouth, And then after that, it's the first Friday of every month. I've got some incredible acts from Brighton, Southampton. We've got some people from London coming down to play for us. And so first Friday of every month, but it's kicking off this week.
That's incredible. We were talking a bit before we started about the fact that we're hoping big things will come from this. This is going to be the event that people are going to want to play.
I really, really hope so. I feel like all the other cities kind of have those flagship venues and events and stuff. And, and even if you don't know much about the venue, you've heard about it and you just want to play. Yeah. It's cool. But I want to make sure that there's something here. There are so many great places you could get a gig in Portsmouth, but I want people to be thinking, where can we take our show on tour? Where can we go? If we're doing like a little UK thing, selling the, showing our music, where can we go? And I want this to be somewhere that people put themselves on the list. You know that this is booked up for the first 8 months.
No way.
The first 8 months are completely booked. I'm squeezing people in as like openers, but the response was so incredible that I actually only have 2 months towards the end of the year that I need to fill.
Oh my God.
People have queued up, and I had to give them like a date in 6 months thinking, they're not going to want to do that. And they were like, thanks, we'll put it in the diary.
So, this is epic. This is awesome.
This is big.
This is huge.
This is big.
So if people are listening and they want to come down, what's the situation? Do we need tickets? Can we just pop in?
You can just pop in. For now, we're hoping that we can keep it a free entry thing. What we're going to try and do is we want artists to be paid, and we want our sound engineer to be paid and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But we appreciate that, it's I don't have a pot of money. I don't have, some people, I might look into funding. I might see what there is out there for me. But I want to be able to make sure that everybody earns something from us in some way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a merch raffle. You can bring down all your merch. We're going to do like a big bundle for an audience winner. We've got tip buckets, and we've got just donations. You can, whatever you like. If you want to give a tenner on the door and say, no, put this towards whatever, that's hugely appreciated. But it is free. You can come down, and I think it's 14 and over.
Oh. Just pause. That's just a lovely fire alarm.
It's because it's so hot in here.
Exactly.
It's so hot. This is
It was like perfectly timed.
But you know what that was? That was actually a cue to say, Amber, can you just shut up? Quick, Somebody, she's triggered it.
It's all right. The water's not coming down from the ceiling. No, the sprinklers are off, so we're okay.
We got time. It's not hot.
Oh, absolutely love it. Breakthrough this Friday. You heard it straight from Amba Tremain and The Alarm. It's kicking off this Friday at the Jolly Sailor at the Lower Deck, 7 o'clock. Free entry. You'd be absolutely mad not to head on down. Just make sure that you do pop something in those tip buckets, because I cannot stress to you the amount of work that goes into not only pulling off an event like this, but for the musicians who are spending every minute of every day prepping and getting themselves better, tweaking, working towards something like this to put on an amazing show for you. So you know exactly what to do. Amber, you're going to be sticking with me for a bit, aren't you?
I am here.
Yeah, so you're with me for the long haul.
Yeah.
Right, let's have some music then. Alfie Templeman coming your way, and JLS along with the travel in the next couple of minutes. This is Express Breakfast. That's JLS Postcard. Sorry, just having a nice little laugh with Amber there. She's still with me. It's Amba Tremain. How are we doing?
I'm good. Loving this.
Did you watch the Brits last night?
I haven't seen the whole Brits. I saw some clips of the Brits. I've seen the clip. Of the Brits. And I heard you this morning saying about nobody say anything bad about Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie's amazing, by the way.
I love her.
No, I love her, and I really feel for her. I don't know how she didn't break her ankle.
Can we just appreciate that she went down, and I fall over all the time, so straight away I was like, sympathy, I'm there with you. Like, that's literally me on a daily basis, not downstairs on a global scale at the Brit Awards, but just down like Palmy Road.
Yeah. Okay, right, you say that. Literally, I was driving yesterday, and I was on Bluetooth, hands-free, leaving a voice note for somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm driving down the road, and halfway through the voice note is me going, oh no! And I had to explain, because there was an older lady running for a bus, and they didn't stop for her.
Oh no!
And I literally saw her face, and she just looked like she just stopped, and her hands fell to the side of her, and she just watched it go past. And I was like, I need to stop and give her a cup of tea or something.
Oh my God.
It's too much. But Anne-Marie, I don't know how she didn't break her ankle.
Well, I hope somebody gave her a cup of tea afterwards.
But she carried on, and you could tell she was live, and I was like that's a pro.
Like an absolute pro. She didn't even really... I mean, if you hadn't have been watching, you may not have even known, because she kept the vocal going the whole way through.
It was like the tiniest of wobbles, which you do through shock. I remember once I was singing, right? This is just true story. I was singing, and I was very young and inexperienced, and I got very carried away on the very, very last song and the very, very last chorus, and I pulled the mic off, and it was slightly stuck in the stand, and it hit me straight in my mouth.
No!
And I chipped my tooth. The pain of chipping a tooth, is extreme anyway. It was a front tooth, chipped my tooth, knocked it with my microphone, but carried on, and my head was in a rush.
Yeah.
I was shocked. My stomach felt like I'd been winded. Anyway, I did the gig, and then afterwards I came off, and it got me on video camera going, oh my God, I've chipped my tooth, and all this stuff. And then I watched it back, and I just literally, you just hear a pop, and then I just carried on with the next bit, and I honestly don't know how I did it.
Oh, because you're a pro, you like Anne-Marie.
Half a front tooth missing.
Do you want no secret? I've also got half a front tooth missing.
Oh, there we go.
But mine wasn't from a microphone.
Oh.
I didn't have a studio injury.
Oh.
My
Did you fall over?
No. Somebody threw something at me. What? And not in a violent way. It was a complete accident. This is a tangent we're going on, by the way, but I'm so here for it. If you've been affected by tooth chipping, please do get in touch. So just know that you're not alone. I've also done it. There'll be many of us out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress.
Big love to Anne-Marie.
Big love. I saw her first off at Isle of Wight Festival about maybe eight or so years ago. She was backing vocals for Rudimental.
Yes, I've seen her live with Rudimental.
Yeah, and she came through and she sang Waiting All Night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, goosebumps. She did an incredible job.
She's an amazing singer. I think she's great, and props to her for getting up last night.
Yeah, absolutely. So big love for Anne-Marie coming from Studio 2 this morning at Express FM. I want to talk a little bit about you now.
Okay.
Because you got some very exciting news.
I have.
Sharing is caring.
So what about last night? About my little notification?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, little. Yeah. It's a big deal, right? I feel like it's about putting Portsmouth on the map. I do feel very passionate about that. So everything I do that takes me outside of Portsmouth or to a new level, shall we say, I feel very, very privileged, because it usually happens for those who are in London or in Brighton. I just feel like we have this great scene, but we're often a little bit neglected. However, I announced last night that myself and my fabulous band, The Soul Session, have been offered a gig at the Pizza Express in Holborn. So we're going up to London, and these are not. It's a year's waiting list to get on something like that.
That's insane.
And they gave me May. So I was like, yes! So
oh my God.
yeah,
Are you buzzing?
Yeah, I'm like beyond buzzing. I'm so happy. That's probably why I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. But
yeah, it's all the adrenaline.
Yeah, so May the 16th, the Pompey Massive are going to be heading up to London to do our own show one of the flagship venues. And next on my list is Ronnie Scott's.
Yes, big old tick, please.
Oh, yes, please.
So just in case you're listening, this is how important it means, by the way, to musicians across the city. Yeah. This is the reaction they get when they get big gigs, when they get people coming to them and everything in between. So again, make sure you head down to BREAKTHRU on Friday, please.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, you're massively booked out. I reckon you've performed to probably about 60% of the city. Whether they know it or not. Yeah, well, maybe at a wedding.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Actually, I was going to say. I think 9 out of 10 times I'll bump into people and they'll say, "Hey, I'm still singing. You sang at my friend's wedding," and they'll say a name. And I'm very good at faces. I'm a bit rubbish with names, but it's heartwarming that so many people do come up to me and say, "Oh, I saw you sing at." And that's just really lovely. Or just recently, they'll say, "We watched you at Victorious last year," or I caught you at Icebreaker, and I'm like, "Oh my God, those are different things." When you get booked to play for somebody's wedding, you've got an audience no matter what.
Yeah.
But when you get to play places where people choose to go, and then they remember you, that just fills your heart.
It's a whole different bag.
It's a whole different ball game.
Wow. That's so good. Congratulations, honestly.
Thanks.
Like big things coming, Amber.
Big things. I feel like sometimes I feel very old and a bit kind of past it, and then something happens and I feel rejuvenated and like it's just starting again.
Absolutely. So that's how it should be. Let's keep going. Let's keep going with that rejuvenation.
Yes.
It's the way forward.
It's the way forward.
What does an average day in the life of Amba Tremain look like? Because you're massively busy. You might even out-busy me.
I don't know, I've just heard your timetable. So an average day, well, like let's just take Monday for instance. I had some singing lessons. I teach, so I taught some lessons, and then I had a fabulous meeting with an amazing local artist who has just signed some very, very interesting stuff. So I'm going to be recording BVs on his stuff for him, backing vocals for him. So we set up a recording session. So we've done that. And then in the evening, I was rehearsing at Mayfield with Hannah Ream for her gig this Friday. So that's a Monday. And then most of the other times, it's a bit of the same, meetings, teaching, and then getting ready to gig and sing until all hours of the morning.
So every day's completely different?
Every day's different, but every day is musical.
Love it. Music is the life.
And if I'm not doing that, I'm dancing in my kitchen on my own.
Lovely. To express
with
breakfast, yeah?
With a gin.
Oh, hopefully not.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, let's just go back.
Maybe the gin comes out like towards the end of the show. Today was a cup of tea.
With a cup of tea. But for a Friday night floor fillers, for instance, I've got a gin or a little glass of wine.
Oh, she's plugging. She knows all of the shows.
I know it all.
She knows. Oh, of course, you are an Express member anyway. I love that. No gins were consumed this morning before the hours of 9 a.m.
Not that we shall tell you.
Not that, yeah. She's winking at me. You can't see it, but she's got her fingers crossed. Talk to me about this brand new track then, Baby You're Gold.
Well, yeah, I mean, this song was actually created a couple of years ago, but we had the pandemic, we had all that stuff in between, and I feel like I'd maybe gigged it twice, and then it just sat down and was just festering. Got back in the studio end of last year, decided to record it, put it together with the band, and then we released it in December, and it's just kind of now creeping out there. So it was a huge shock.
Yeah, I mean, you say creeping out there. Amber didn't even realise that it was in the local music chart. She had no idea until Mason announced that it dropped in at number 1. Tell us the story.
So, yeah, I'll try and keep it quick, sorry. I literally was listening this Saturday, getting ready for a gig, and I turned on, and it was a local music show, and I thought, I must remind Mason that I released that single in December, because it was just around the cut-off point where we stopped for Christmas, that kind of stuff. And I thought, I've got to remind him, because it'd be cool to get it out and on, and then he started talking, and then we got to the countdown, and then he did the 10, number 9, and then he got to 5. I don't know why he's American now. Yeah. Number 9. We got to, the top 5 when he placed some little clips, and then it got to, I'm going to say this, it got to Harrison Reese, right? I'm going to say Harrison Reese is a lovely, lovely, amazing up-and-coming artist, but he is so prolific at releasing singles.
He's never off the list.
We a lot of us don't have a lot of time to breathe to get in there. It's like, quick, when is Harrison not releasing a single? So you got to get in there. But Harrison apparently was number 1 the week before, and I just was listening in as a nice listener, and he got to number 2, and he said Harrison Reese is at number 2 this week and at number 1, and then just said my name and said, this week number 1, last week's number 4, and I was like, what?
You didn't even realise you were in.
4? And I just went online, I'm looking, I'm going, oh my God. It was number 4 last week, it's number 1 this week.
You were voted straight to the top.
I had no idea that it was even being played.
Love it. There you go.
That makes me super chuffed.
Modest Tremain.
Super chuffed. Super chuffed.
And by the way, Harrison, if you're listening, we do love you.
Yeah,
we love your music.
I think you're amazing.
We were talking about you for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we were, because I do think he's amazing, but he's on it.
Yeah.
On it.
Like a carb on it. But so are you. You're in at number 1.
Thanks.
Where can we keep up to date with everything you've got going on?
Well, across all social media, you'll find me on there. I'm pretty active, and I'll make sure I share stuff. But I do have a website, which I'm trying to kind of concentrate everything to, which is just literally Amba Tremain Music, and that's AMBA.
Yes, no ER please, yeah. AMBA, it's much
AMBA,
cooler.
So AMBA, TREMAIN, ambertremainmusic.com.
So much to look forward to for this next couple of months, and years as well.
Yeah, this year's the one.
Yeah, this is the one, and Breakthrough is the one as well, kicking off this Friday.
It is.
Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Had an absolute ball, so don't forget this Friday, Amber's event, Breakthrough, at the Jolly Sailor, starts at 7, and as if you need it any more convincing, this is the track currently in at number 1 on the local music chart. She didn't even know it was there, but here it is playing for you on Express Breakfast. It is Baby, You're Gold.